2025 has been a roguelike renaissance. Lower budgets and flexible mechanics let smaller devs experiment, and several of these experiments are actually hitting hard. Instead of releasing once and fading, many roguelites now launch into early access and accumulate momentum over time. AAA games, adjacent titles, or established studios are giving the same genre shine. Solo devs or small teams are releasing roguelites that surge by word of mouth or unique hooks. When both happen, the wave effect becomes very real. There are several big and small roguelites that were able to come out in 2025. Hades 2, the sequel to the modern classic, is reported the #1 most played roguelike on Steam. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. This builds on a mix of dungeon crawling, shopkeeping from the original game, but is now a 3D roguelike. This is a good example of how roguelikes with RPG mechanics can still feel fresh. Cloverpit. This one really brings you in by the hook. You're locked in a cell with a slot machine and ATM. In each round, you must gamble to pay off increasing debt. Miss a payment and you will fall to ruin. It blends roguelike progression with horror and risk management. It's a very good example of how roguelikes can diverge from combat or dungeon crawl tropes entirely. Megabonk. This is a 3D roguelike survival game. The combat is auto-attacking against hordes. You move, collect loot and upgrades, and face waves. It emphasizes the survive and build type roguelike, more arcade than narrative or deck building. Its success shows that there is still a strong appetite for simpler, higher intensity roguelikes. Not every game needs to be a deep system to hook players in. The diversity of substyles, action roguelikes, horror roguelikes, auto survival roguelikes, hybrid shop, dungeon roguelikes, underscores that roguelite is now more of a framework than any one-size-fit-all genre. The success of these games, as different as Cloverpit to Megabonk to Hades 2 and Moonlighter 2, shows the power of the roguelike loop as a base. It can still support many different subgenres. Mix up your roguelikes. Try different styles of roguelikes: action, horror, survival, hybrid, auto survival. The variety is now rich as any genre. Pay attention to those lesser known titles. There are some gems outside of the big names. Sometimes the most creative or strange ideas come from a solo dev. Roguelikes aren't just having a moment, they're shaping the direction of modern gaming, dictating how progression, replayability, and discovery are designed. Over the last few years, the loop-driven structure has been moving from niche to mainstream, but this year, it has cemented roguelikes as one of the most defining forces in the industry. Their influence is showing up everywhere: indie, AAA gaming, genre hybrids, and even in franchises that nobody touched before. The appeal is a combination of short runs, long-term progression, and constant variation. Players always feel like they're one brilliant decision away from a perfect build, and the developers get to create experiences that stay fresh for hundreds of hours without needing every moment handcrafted. Steam's trending charts, indie game showcases, and YouTuber streaming spaces are reinforcing this shift. Roguelikes rise quickly, stay visible longer, and generate endless highlight-friendly moments. For content creators, the inherent unpredictability of runs become entertainment fuel. For players, the games become long-term hobbies rather than short-term playthroughs. For developers, the genre's low barrier to entry and high replay value makes it one of the most developer-friendly spaces for innovation. The question isn't whether roguelikes are taking over gaming, they already have. Every year broadens the spectrum, every release builds on the last, pushing new ideas, new hybrids, and new experiences that continue to reshape how players think about replayability and progression.